Hello coders, welcome to my video. So in this video, we'll see the compilation steps in a GCC. Okay, when we have a .c file and we try to compile it with the GCC, there are list of steps that GCC performs on that C file to make an ELF. Okay, so first come first. So we will see like these are the various stages of the C program. So the first stage when we do GCC on a .c file, it should be the preprocessor stage. Okay. So for example, here we have the input file as .c and it will create a .i file that contains the expansion of the preprocessors, also the header files that is been expanded in this .i file, and also we have removed all the comments that is there in .c because it is of no use for the ELF as a binary. So this is the first step. So the second stage of GCC is the compiler state, and it is being used with the tool GCC, and it takes .i, which is created by the preprocessor, and then it will create a .s file. Okay, so all the compilation stages or the compilation process of GCC held within this stage. So as we get the .s file, we have the assembler state in which it will convert your .s file compiled that into a assembly file. Okay, so here we can see the input as .s and the tool is assembler as, and it will convert into in a .o file, that is an object file. Okay, but this is not the ELF file, it's just the object file, and these all object files got compiled or linked to create the final output as a ELF, and that task is done by the LD, that is the linker that links all the object files to create an ELF file. Okay, so this is the simple, stages of a GCC. So here we have a program, simple program where I define a macro, and I'm just, printing this macro here. Okay, so let's compile. So here I have main.c. So I will try to compile this main.c. Okay. So we have GCC hyphen E. Okay. So we will do GCC hyphen E. Then we have the file name main.c, and we need hyphen O to convert into a main.py. So this is the preprocessor state. So once I do this, I get a main.i. So I just open it. Let's see what is there in this state. So as I have seen here, so all the C header files have been, expanded here. Okay. So I directly first go to the main. So what happened in the main, you will see this macro is overridden with this value. Okay. So also all the header file, all the related, environment variables has been expanded. So whole header files is being, exported in this file only. You will see lot of other, paths of the header, but this is a part of the GCC while creating this dot I file. Okay. So there may be different things that is done here. So first thing is, it expand the macros. Second, include all the header files, remove the comments, and handle if or if def conditions. So all these are done in this stage of preprocessor. Okay. So as this is done, so the next stage is a compiler state. So for that, what I will do, I'll do GCC -s file, sorry, it's main dot I, and I will take it to main dot s. Okay, once I do this, let's open this second stage of GCC, and you will get an assembly level code here. And here we have the main function, and here all the printf related things has been expanded to a uh, assembly format. Okay, so once after the compilation, it converts into a assembly file. Okay, so next thing, so once all the files is changed into the assembly format, now the next stage, third stage of the GCC compilation is assembling. So now we get the assembly language code of each file. For example, we have multiple files of .c in our code, and every file will contain, it is corresponding main.s or x.s, something like that. Okay, so we have all the .s. We combine each of the .s file and we create a .o. For each .s file, we have a .o file. That is an object file that is done in the assembling state. So now what I will do GCC -c. Then we have main.s, like here, and -o. I have main.o. Okay, so I'll do this again. So now I got a main.o. Okay, so this is the file that our machine can understand. It's in a machine code format. So if I open this, you cannot read it properly, okay, because this is converted into assembly form now, okay, in the object format. So now after creating these objects, so we have multiple objects, we can have multiple objects. So all the multiple objects we can give input to GCC and create a executable file. Okay, so here what I will do, if I have now I have main.o, so I will do GCC main.o and -o. I will use main dot apk of, for example, I will do like this. So once I do this, I get a file main dot apk. So this is the main executable file that we have for this .c code. So if I try to run main dot apk, I'll get 25 because our main.c have a macro 5 cross 5 here, and it will give 25. So I will get a output as 25 here. So you ever wonder, like, the GCC will use all the stages to compile a single main.c file. If I try to change this and I'll add a function add here. Okay. So we don't have the definition of this add here in this function. So when I do GCC -e main.c main.i. Okay, so you will have that state, you won't get an error. Okay, so similarly, if we do the same thing with is add.c, and I'll get add.i here. So this is a second C file I have created here. So if I open this, so just have this function definition here. Okay. So I try to explain you the linking stage. Okay. So here we have two files now, main.i and add.i. Okay. So add.i contain the definition of that sum, and main.i is just using it. Okay. So we get the first stage here, and then the next stage, what we have is GCC hyphen s. Then we have main.i. The second is add, or I will do like this, main.i hyphen o main.s. Okay, this also got successful. Now the third one is object file. So I have hyphen c main.s, and I convert into, this is also successful. So without the definition of that add function in this main, I'm trying to get these three. I'm trying to take over these three stages, but now last one is the linking stage. So mm, similarly, I'll do for add.s. Sorry, first I have to create add.s, and from s I need to create the object. Okay, so add.o. So everything perfect. Now the last stage is a linking stage. So here what I will do, GCC main.o. Okay, and I will try to, here I'm getting an error, undefined reference to add. So in the last stage of main.c, I'm getting this undefined reference. But in all the stages, I won't get any error. So this is a loader error. When we are trying to go through the linking stage, I'm getting this error. So how to resolve this? Okay. So this is showing you the problem with add. So similarly, if we do for add.o, it will give you a error as well. So I will take the same main and try to do this. And here we don't have any underscore start function here. So we don't have any main or something in this file. So it's complaining like this. So if we combine both these files, so if I have GCC and we have main.o and add.o, if I compile it to get a main, then it got compiled. So if I try to run this main, I'll get 5 and 25 both. So this is because now I am asking these two object file to combine to get a ELF file that will resolve add function in main.c. Okay. This function I am resolving from main.c by adding add.o to this. So this is the final state we have with linker. Okay. So this compiler, so so the question is why we are understanding these compilation step of GCC, because while dealing with the C program, we will have lot of errors at various stages. So we need to know at which stage our GCC is failing. For example, if I getting an error in the preprocessor stage, okay. For example, we have some problem in this preprocessor, so it will fail at the preprocessor stage. Okay, so we should know like okay, this is a problem with the preprocessor or expansion of the headers. For example, if I do like this, if I do this and I will do GCC hyphen E, then we have main dot C hyphen O main dot I. If I do this, I'll straight away get the error. So this is the error we are getting in the preprocessor stage. Okay. So what if I get a error in the compilation stage? Okay. So if we have some syntax error means like if I look this, okay, and I try to again do this, okay, let's remove this error. So this got passed. So this is not the error we have with the preprocessor state. So if I try to do hyphen s and main dot I to main dot s, here I get the issue in compilation stage, which is showing me that implicit declaration of printf is there. So this is the second stage. So we get to know, okay, yeah, this thing is handled by this compiler stage. Okay. So if I remove this and similarly I'll do for linking. So if I have for linking, I have hyphen or main dot o hyphen o, I have main. Okay. So here we get a undefined reference to app. So we will straight away get to know, okay, something is not being linked or some library is not been available to resolve a symbol uh, add with this main.o. So if we add.o, it will straight away give you main. So by knowing this, we can have a grip on the errors we have in the C program. So this is all about this compilation stage. Let's see in the next video. Thanks.